Hey friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark and sell them hopefully for a profit. Today is Thursday, yes, July 3rd, and I have 6 items that sold in the past like 48 hours, I think. I had 0 sales on Sunday and Monday, and then these sold Tuesday and Wednesday. I think, yeah, that's right. So the gross sales amount is $153.08. I'm gonna start off with the best one. This sold the fastest and for the most money. And this is a little poncho cape thing. I used both words, I think. It is sheer and has like this velvet burnout on it, which apparently is a thing right now. According to the people that I follow for aesthetic information. I feel like I don't see people in it, but, oh, I didn't show you the tag. This is the brand The Limited, which I don't think I've ever sold anything from that brand, but I do believe that there are some categories of things, especially if you find like vintage Y2K stuff. I think that that can be really good. I remember loving The Limited in like 2000. This sold, okay, hold on. First of all, I like to give comp information, average sale price and sell-through rate. I find all that information on eBay, in the eBay Seller Hub under research, and I think it's product research tool is what it's called. So I looked up limited poncho velvet burnout, and there was no information, nothing sold, nothing listed. So I took out the limited and just looked up velvet burnout poncho, and the average sale price was $38.91 with 17% sell-through rate. So mine did not sell that high, I'll tell you that right now. The range of solds were anywhere from $14.99 to $349.99. That one, there was one that sold for $350, was the brand Maya Matazzaro, Mayamatazaro. Okay, so it jumped from like $350 to like $80, and the $75 ones were a brand called Mulin, Mulin, and then Eileen Fisher and Chico's. This one, I don't remember how much I had it listed for, maybe 40. Somebody offered me $25 on Depop, and I accepted that. So I have charged shipping on Depop. I don't use Depop shipping. I don't know if I'm going to change that now. I charged $7. I thought I was doing better with the $7, but it only cost me $4.14 to actually ship it. So I did make, you know, a little less than $3 on the shipping. The fees are very low on Depop, which is nice. I bought this at the bins, the Goodwill outlet where you pay by the pound. I just do an average cost of goods as $2 per item, but this is like 4 ounces with the bag and everything. So I didn't pay $2 for it. I paid a lot less. My bins is $1.79, 74, 79. I think it's $1.79 a pound. So this only took 3 weeks to sell, and my profit's $24.27. Did I tell you all the things? I think I did. Yay for a Depop sale. In a similar vein, I sold another sheer poncho. So I need to figure out, like, this one is open. So is that like kimono style? Is it called a poncho? What's a cape? What's a kimono? What's a poncho? I usually use all 3 of those words if I'm selling any of them, but I probably should like look into that and see what it is. So this is sheer floral, and it has butterflies all over it. And it's the brand Torrid, which I like to sell. And when I looked up sheer, torrid, poncho, butterflies, there was 100% sell-through rate, and it was mine. Mine was the only one. So there were none other listed that had butterflies on it. If I just looked up Torrid sheer poncho, the average sale price was $17.63 with a 21% sell-through rate. I had this listed for $25 and I took an offer for $15. I am just trying to sell stuff right now. And if I can make a profit, I'm gonna sell it. So June, I was very busy and did not put a whole lot of work into my business. And so now I need to make some money. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. This I've had for 5 weeks. I bought it at one of my favorite thrift stores for $1.80. And did I say $15? It sold for $15 with shipping. They paid $20.71. And it did sell promoted. I promote usually between 3 and 2 or 3 and 5%. And I think right now I'm at 3.5. I haven't messed with it in like over a month. And so I don't remember what I put it at. So I will probably need to change that soon. Although I had quite a few things sell promoted. So maybe I joked. Sorry, that was weird. Whew. I'm good. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, it seems to still be working. So usually if I go a couple days and nothing sells promoted, then I go in and change it up. And that seems to kind of reboot it, restart it for me. I don't know. This is a linen skirt. It is maxi length. It has a little ruffle on the end. It's 100% linen. It does have a drawstring closure. Oh, it does have a little bit of a elastic to it. This is Eddie Bauer. Just kind of seems like a weird brand for this. I thought this was really pretty. Is it my size? No. Why didn't I keep that? Because it's not my size. Also, I don't need to keep all the things, but sometimes I want to keep all the things. It has like a little wooden bead on the drawstring, just little details like that. I always try to take pictures of so that the buyer can see those things. So Eddie Bauer linen maxi skirt has an average sale price of $17.23 with a 36% sell-through rate. I think that's the highest sell-through rate I have today, which is telling. And let's see, it took 6 weeks to sell. I did pay, like, I bought this at an actual Goodwill for $5, which is unusual for me, but I just thought linen maxi skirt in a brand that's recognizable, it'll be okay. And it's over $23.96. So with shipping, all my bags just fell. Okay. These are like my bags that I store inventory in my boxes. Okay, let's see. Let's put these somewhere else. There we go. All right, I forgot where I was. With shipping, they paid $30.10. I paid $5 at my local Goodwill. I think I already said that. This did sell promoted, so I spent an extra $1.28 in fees, and my profit is $14.23. Almost 3 times my money in 5 weeks. That's good. And hit my, I mean, a few cents off, less than $1 off of my profit goal per item, which is $15. And that's just to value my time. And it's not really for every single Eddie Bauer in a completely different way. This is a button up. This is a man's button up. Here's the Eddie Bauer label. This has like a performance feel to it. Like feels like golf pants kind of. Does it say something on here? Something classic. So I looked up Eddie Bauer performance button up, and the average sale price was $13.89 with a 20% sell-through rate. Mine sold for $15.96. And one thing that to point out, I think, is this was a tall, an extra large tall. And I looked up, I added tall to the search, and it only bumped up the sell-through rate by about 2 or 3%. But I feel like in my own personal experience, tall, petite, short, big sizes, anything that's just a little bit different special extra in sizing helps things to sell. So this sold for $15.96 with shipping. They paid $22.10. It took less than 2 months to sell. I bought it at the bins. Average sale price of average cost of goods of $2, and that makes my profit $11.53. People driving down my alley. Oh, helps if I put the label on. I wrap everything in tissue paper. It's 20 by 30. I add a little thank you sticker and put them in. These were given to me by someone who was viewers. Thank you very much. I love them. It says, hey, I'm 100% biodegradable mailer. That's cool. I love that. In a lot of ways. Usually if I buy my own, I just buy them on Amazon or on eBay with my shipping supply coupon that I get for having a store. This is a vintage t-shirt, and it has like Eiffel Tower and a bunch of French Paris things on it. There's cheese and bread and wine and a park bench and a heart, and it says Paris something de France. Anyway, this is, let's see, does it have a year on it? Unfortunately, it does not have a year on it, but I'm going to show you the tag. It just has like stars, and then it says France right here, and it's mostly faded. But this is single stitch, which means there's only one line of stitching here. In modern shirts, there's 2 lines of stitching. And you know, there are some really, really good single stitch t-shirts that can make you a lot of money. But I have found some just kind of like this, like souvenir type t-shirts that are single stitch, and I still make a little bit of money with them. So I think they're interesting to find, and they're kind of hard to research in my opinion. If I just do a very basic vintage France t-shirt single stitch, the average sale price is $32.49 with a 13% sell-through rate. I did a Google image search on this. I priced it at $40 just kind of as a guess. Someone offered me $20 and I accepted that. It took 3.5 months to sell. I bought it at a church rummage sale for $1. And let's see, with shipping, they paid $25.71, and so my profit is $15.01. And yeah, I just kind of like stuff like this. It's vintage, it's unique, it's interesting. I get to do a little research on it, and it's kind of fun. My biggest research is just Google Lens searching the item to see if I can find something similar or even exact. That would be lovely. This is a pair of linen blend pull-on pants. They're just like a kind of straight leg, wide leg, cropped. They are a plus size, but they're Old Navy. These are new. They did not have tags on them, but I bought them at a liquidation store. And I bought them a long time ago. I had 2 pair exactly the same, which was part of why I bought them. I paid too much for them, I think. I paid $3.50. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but the average sale price is only $15.79 with a 21% sell-through rate. So these sold for $15.17, which is real close to average. With shipping, they paid $22.46, and my profit is $9.22. The other pair that I had sold quite a bit faster, but for a little bit less. I only made like $8 on them. So I probably shouldn't have paid too much. I think this is one of the first times I had gone to the liquidation store. And so I think that time I made some choices that I probably should not have made. Now I probably would buy that if it was like a 90% sale at the liquidation store and I could get it for $1 or less. But I find that plus size linen Old Navy is not a bad choice. It usually sells okay. All right. So my profit for the day is $48.71. And that sounds great if it was just one day, but that was really 4 days worth of sales. I do have a little bonus for today. It's not really a bonus. It's that I couldn't find this in my last ship with me when my husband helped me ship right before we were headed out of town for the weekend. And so I came back and found it. It did not have to be shipped until today because it sold while I was still in vacation mode. So that was good. So this is a hoodie and it's Harley-Davidson, Cincinnati. It's a full zip hoodie. I have had this for 13 months and it only sold for $13.97. There is a whole lot of, a huge range when it comes to Harley-Davidson. And so again, it was kind of hard to comp, but I think looking up the city is important. And again, Google Lens searching if you come across stuff like this. But Harley-Davidson is one of the brands that I really just buy if I can find it for really cheap. And I only paid $2 for this at a church sale. But like I said, 13 months, maybe it was a bad choice to do that. But did it? I did. Did do it? I did. I don't know what I'm saying. That was a weird way to say that. Okay, so it sold for $13.97. With shipping, they paid $21.12. My profit is $9.73. This is not included in my totals for today because it was included in my totals in my last shipping video. This one is a little bit bulkier and is not going to fit in my 9x13, so I have larger ones. I think they're 18x14. And when I do my shipping, when I do my listings on eBay, I do calculated shipping, and I know my sizes of poly mailers and I weigh everything as I'm taking pictures of it, and I put those numbers directly into my listing, and so then calculated shipping is generally pretty accurate. All right, my profit on that is $9.73. I think I already said that. All right, it is July 3rd. Happy 4th of July. A little bit early. We have our town fireworks are tonight. So throw a little fireworks emoji in the comments if you want. Also, I would love to know what you do to celebrate. Do you do a picnic? Fireworks? I think my dream is to just like spend the day on a boat and then watch fireworks from the lake at night. I think that would be great. We will likely go to our town fireworks tonight, and then tomorrow just kind of have a chill day here at home. And then I think we're gonna probably work on some yard work, and I need to clean this garage up because it gets so not the workspace of my garage, that I'm going to work on today, but the rest of our garage. It's just, toys and yard tools and stuff just happens. And so it just kind of needs tidied up again so that it's functional again. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. And on Saturday, we have a family reunion to go to. So I'd love to know what your plans are for the weekend. If you have something fun planned, yeah. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, I really do. I'll see you soon.